Hi, welcome to another one of Darren's bass lessons. Today we're going to have a look at playing bass lines, starting off with crotchets and quavers and learning about the subdivisions of rhythms, and then we're going to extend that then into semi-quavers and much more complex bass lines. So we're going to be looking at the right hand technique, a little bit of the left hand technique, and we're also going to be looking at the notes on the fretboard and notes that we can use to create a groove, starting off with simple bass lines. So here goes. So one of the first things I would advise practicing is just playing really on the beat without a metronome, by the way. Don't use a metronome for this. Use your own body as the clock. Use the feel of your own body, so by tapping a beat with your foot and just playing just a D on the beat, all equally spaced. As simple as that. But when you can get used to that, you can start to keep the beat the same just with your foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After that, if you can then play quavers with the right hand here, so we're still going to hold a D, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, but you're only still feeling that downbeat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're just concentrating on keeping those steady, nice round warm notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. So then we can take that further. So we've had the one beats. Slow it down a bit. 1 and 2, 3, then. So we're keeping that steady again. Sorry. But there we've got the semi-quavers next. So the 1-E-ander, we can call that 1-E-ander, 2-E-ander. So we're subdividing that one beat up into 4 parts now. So 4 sounds for each beat. 1-E-ander, 2-E-ander, 3-E-ander, 4-E-ander. And you still got like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've gone from the crotchets, 1, 2, 3, to the quavers, 2, semi-quavers. So that's it, and that's a really great practice thing, just keeping that beat really steady and learning how to differentiate your hands and what your mind is telling you to do with the instrument and the feel of that beat which is in your body here. So I hope you can see why I don't think the metronome is essential for this task. In fact, I think it does the opposite to helping you here. I think really what you want to be doing here is feeling where the beat is in your own body and being able to then play that bass line with a feel and a good sense of where the pulse is and a good setting of tempo as well. So if you can set the tempo and do this with the tempo, keeping that 4 beats all the time. So you are the metronome, you're doing the job of that metronome really, as opposed to some extraneous piece of equipment which is making a ticking sound in the background for you. It does have its uses, and I think for this exercise it's really important to do it without the metronome. Okay, so how do we put these kind of things into practice? Well, we're not just going to play just a complete semi-quaver bass line, although we can do that. We're not just going to play a complete crotchet 1-beat bass line or a quaver 1 and 2 and 3 and style bass line. We're going to mix them up, so we might start off with a 1 beat and the beats rest. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We might want to put something on the second beat. We could put some quavers on there. 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2 and 3, 4. So still not really a great bass line by any stretch, but just practicing all these kind of different subdivisions will really help you think about where things are placed on each beat. So now I've got 1, 2 and 3, 4, and I'm using the octave. 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so there's 1. Or we could do 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So always keeping that same feel of beat going, just in the background now. Up on the octave. So that's just octaves. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now if you notice I'm counting at the same time as I'm playing as well. It's a really important thing to try and do because you're sort of splitting your body into 2 parts. So you're thinking about where the groove is, where the beat is, but you're playing on top of that as well. And that's really important. I've seen so many musicians and bands, younger musicians or people who are just starting out, and they get so fixated on their part, what they're playing, that they just start to go out of time. They don't even hear that they're out of time with the rest of the band. sometimes the whole band goes out of time because they've not got that experience yet of differentiating the feel of that pulse where the groove is, and then being able to play at the same time. They get so fixated in what they're listening to instead of being able to listen outside of what you're doing, as well as being able to hear yourself at the same time. So they're quite hard things to be able to learn to do, but they're essential. So it really is about listening to the musical environment around you and what's going on. And a good way to start practicing that is, again, no metronome, your own body, really feeling where that beat is. Now the problem is, you could do this and you're not going to know if you're going out of time, because like I say, you're really so fixated with what you're playing and what you're doing that you don't really know what's going on. So the best thing to do is what I'm doing right here now, is record yourself. Get your iPhone, your smartphone, camera, whatever it is, just the easiest device, even if it's just a voice recorder. Put that on and listen to yourself do this, and then really get involved in what you listen to when you listen. Really feel, try to tap the pulse out to what you're doing. Does it stay in time? Does it not? And that there then will give you areas what you need to practice on. It's a way of just self-assessing your own playing and seeing what it really sounds like to the outsider. You're looking from the outside in at your own playing. So I can't stress enough how important it is to record yourself and try these things. So there it is there, just some simple little exercises about beat and time for those of us who are getting into playing bass. And if you just have a go at that, counting along is really important. Getting used to tapping your foot and just keeping those quavers going. So 1 and 2 and 3, or eighth notes as we call them as well. And just keeping the beat going, just on the beat there, just with the crotchets or quarter notes, and 16th notes, semiquavers. And I've never once changed the feel of where that pulse or beat is. It all fits together fantastically in time. So I hope you enjoyed that and you got something out of that. So it's just a simple lesson in just having to think about groove and where the subdivisions of the beat are, and the feel of the music and being able to play in time. Now if you want to find out more and extend on this, please check out my next video. We'll be looking at more semi-quaver style funk bass lines. We'll look at things like Rocco Presti and Jaco Pastorius, so some great bass players there. So I hope you enjoyed this. Please remember to give me a like and please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me make more videos like this. Thanks for listening.